regarding Aaron's army. Sister, go ahead, sister.
For them to be smited.
So there be what? Smited?
Smite.
Yeah.
Smoted. Yeah,
Smoted.
smoted.
So they can be blind. Okay? And God did it according to his word. Okay? So why don't Brother Nick Ponce, why don't you read that chapter on the bottom?
What verse?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Oh, Nick. Nick is Nick.
Ponce.
Ponce. It's no coincidence that Elisha asked God to make the serpent see and to make the opposing army blind. The truth is, we need others to help us see what's around us and notice the ways God is fighting for us. In many ways, the role of a mentor is a disciple maker. At any given point in our lives, if we are faithfully pursuing God, we are all either Elisha or the servant boy, or Paul or Timothy, for a New Testament example. Someone giving insight to others or someone gaining insight. You are either the one being called the position to invest in others or the one on the receiving end of the investment. If you have seen The Forge, you likely have a favorite character, even if it's not necessarily the one you identify with the most.
So it says here in the first paragraph that Nick wrote, the truth is we all need others to help us see what's around us and see what God is doing and how he's fighting for us. And that's what is so important, that you and I need corporately to work together. And sometimes you and I, we're nearsighted. Yeah. Right? We're nearsighted. We just see what's around us, and God wants to bring people around so they can see a little bit further down the road. Hey, brother, I've been through this road. You just got to keep on going forward. You just keep on going. And you know, you're going to reach your destination. God wants to help you. And there's others that have done that. And that's what he's speaking about, mentors and disciple makers. People that are leading people. And it goes on to say on the top, being called. Maybe God's calling you to be a person to invest in somebody, or for you to be being taught. Now think about that. If you've been saved for any length of time, and you know your word, you know the gospel, you know what? You're supposed to be depositing into other people's lives. And if you're a new believer, you know what? Then you should be receiving the engrafted word from those that have been around a little bit longer. Getting insight, getting direction. And storing the forge, that's what Mr. Moore was doing to Isaiah. He was ministering to him. He was getting him nuggets of gold, rubies, diamonds, of his knowledge, of his wisdom. It goes on to say right here, why don't you read that paragraph after, honey? The bottom, the darker writing than under it.
Read the archetypes from the film.
Below.
Read the archetypes from the film below and engage the questions that follow. Isaiah before meeting Christ, the young person far from God. Isaiah after meeting Christ, the new believer eager to grow in faith, yet facing internal and external challenges. Cynthia, the mom, frustrated but yet earnest, the heart for the heart of her son. Mr. Moore, the seasoned believer who has walked closely with Jesus, especially in seasons of pain, and now leverages his life and influence to help others follow Christ. Is there a particular person you resonate with most? Explain.
Okay. So here it is. You saw The Forge. We saw it for you. If you were here, you were able to watch it in the theater, then we watched it here inside the church. Isaiah before he got saved, and then after he got saved. His mom, how she was frustrated with him because he wasn't doing much, and all of a sudden after, when God answered her prayer. And Mr. Moore, how he was just being that leader, being that disciple maker, enriching his life. That's what God wants you and I to be. And you see, that's Christianity. All fast